6d5d3438dda2488bbb9fad25014834ca. Studios.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Checkpoint Daily. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Overwatch 2 and us finally getting a decent look at it. Also, Checkpoint Financial Returns as Astralis lists itself on the stock market, and Don't Nod Studios, the makers of Life is Strange, refusing a very special offer. And we close out the group stages of the mid-season invitational of League of Legends. And you guys know, North America ain't made of sweat. We'll tell you about what happened. This is Checkpoint Daily.
The latest esports and gaming news. Checkpoint XP Daily has got you covered. Find it online at checkpointxp.com. Get in the game with your hosts, Norris, Callie, and Chad.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Checkpoint Daily. Your host Norris Howard here. Chad Callahan to my left. Callie Scales to my right. How's everybody doing?
It's a glorious day. We'll talk about why. And
it is a glorious day. I was in a great mood, and then now I just got real pissed off.
Banking foolishness?
Yeah, man. I just can't wait till we are in that cyberpunk era where everything just lives in my brain.
Don't worry.
With a little
if
connector.
You got the vaccine, you're already microchipped.
I know I got my 5G microchip.
You got
I'm already
5G, you'll be gay very shortly.
I'm just saying, listen,
coming up.
I just need the screen that goes right over the iris of the eye so I can control everything with micro movements.
I can't wait.
I can't wait, man, because they damn near you got to give away your whole life story to get your shit activated for contactless payment.
Yeah, that's about it, though.
Like, for real. Like, I literally have to tell them everything about myself, give them a pint of blood in my firstborn.
Oh, damn. Also, you can give them money easier.
Are you sure you weren't talking to a blood bank? Or
No!
Okay, all right, just checking there.
Talking to the credit union. Anyway.
The blood credit union?
Anyway.
The blood credit union?
The blood credit union.
That's where Lady Demetrice is at, yeah.
Yes, not the blood bank.
No, the blood credit union.
The blood credit union. By the way, So for some reason, I felt like everybody would be playing Resident Evil, and I played through games fairly quickly. So I felt like everybody would be about 3 hours behind me when I started playing last night. And that was about right, because I went on Twitch, and everybody was about 3 hours behind me. And there's a part in it, the one I talked about yesterday, that Robbie played through. And
he was mad.
He didn't have a good time. He literally filled our chat with nonsense because of how mad he was at this
literally
point.
Just see, it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that at night, and I just see in our host chat, no!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was bad. That have you played that part?
Not there yet, no.
You're not there yet?
No.
Chad, have you seen it?
I haven't started playing yet. I'm going to hold off for a little bit.
All right.
Just because I want the hype to calm down, and then I'm going to go in.
Yeah,
I don't really like I go on a high. I hate that.
I think I'm probably going to get to that part tonight, I have a feeling. It's not too far after the castle, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. yeah, then I'm probably caught up on
you're about to get to it. Listen, do it for effect. Lights off, headphones on.
Oh, God.
Do it for effect. And I'm telling you, the art and sound design of this game has been nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, the sound design especially. The music is so good at keeping your tension high no matter what. Like, you don't ever really get like, they said they made it so you have a moment to breathe, and I don't ever feel that way.
I don't know what that means.
Short of when I'm in the shop. Like, if I'm shopping,
that's
I
your
feel,
moment to
okay,
breathe.
that's my moment. They're
You're
like,
welcome.
Yeah, that's all they changed.
No,
they didn't add any safe rooms. They just gave us a shop.
Nah, and watch them subvert that shit by allowing some monster to bust through that, too.
There's going to be one that can attack you while you're in the shop. Yeah.
Bullshit. Anyway, here's what's happening in the world of gaming.
All right, so Blizzard has announced that next week we're going to get a real look at Overwatch 2. They're going to be showing off a 2-hour live stream showing some of the PvP elements of Overwatch's sequel. Norris, what do you think?
Listen, why is it taking this long is my main thing.
Want to know why? I'll tell you why this is happening right now. They were going to save this for BlizzCon or maybe even E3. Maybe there's something to compete with E3. But Jeff Kaplan has left, and they want to assure fans that all is well in the world of Overwatch. You know what? That's why they're doing it.
And you might be right, but the thing is that I don't know what they can show me that'll make me really, really want to play the game again.
It's 2 hours?
Yeah.
2-hour live stream focusing on the PvP.
All right, let's be honest. Out of 2 hours, there better be something that just makes me or somebody who loves the game.
The PvE stuff is supposed to be really great.
Yeah.
From what I hear,
right.
all the people I talk to within the industry, the insiders, they say the PvE looks really good. Fine. All right. But the PvP we know is going to be the true draw. The online game is where the money is going to be made. And, you know, if they don't show me some pretty significant game changes or at least give me a roadmap. See, here's the thing that, you know, I compare Blizzard to Riot a lot because Riot's at the top of the totem pole here. But Riot, bare minimum, at the beginning of the year, gives us a roadmap of what the fuck to expect. They're like, hey, we're working on some champion updates. We're going to release about 3 new champions this year. There's going to be some new skin lines. Here's what we're going to do. And you never get that from Blizzard. You get the same shit all the time, okay? I'm going to get archives every year where I could get the same skins from last year or year before. I'm going to get summer games where maybe they add a cool skin or two, Halloween and Lunar New Year.
Well, okay. Well, think of that. We do know Kaplan left, so we have new management.
Yes.
So that could that mean that these changes are on the horizon?
It would give them an opportunity to showcase some changes if whoever is taking over, I can't think of his name right now, decides he wants to take things in a couple of new directions. This would be a good chance to do it. I guess we'll see. It's May 20th. We're going to see this, right?
Yeah.
May 20th. Yeah.
And the first thing they need to do is say, listen, here's when the fuck it's coming out.
Here's when it's coming out, and also Overwatch 1 is free to play.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they don't announce this,
if Overwatch 1 is not free to play by at least a month or two before Overwatch 2 comes out.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It should be the easiest win in the world right now.
Ugh.
All right, Astralis has become listed on the U.S. Stock Exchange. So as part of our return to Checkpoint Financial, we're going to talk a little bit about this. They have become the first major esports organization to be listed on the U.S. Stock Exchange, a Danish powerhouse team well known for their CSGO prowess. Chad, a name you probably know fairly well from your olden days. They are now listed on the U.S. Stock Exchange. As of this morning, they were trading at 94 cents a share. Let me see what they are up to right now.
Well, listen, I've looked on my available applications and I cannot buy any Astralis. But the thing is I will never, I'm making this vow right now that I will not own any esports stock. I don't want to compromise myself and my journalistic point of view. And also, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't think you're going to make a lot of money from this Astralis stock.
I was gonna say, out of all the teams to come out of CSGO, I wouldn't have put Astralis at the top.
Well, listen, Astralis is a well-known legacy name. They're a known name. They're a very, very good team historically. But here's the problem. Okay? How do they make money if they not winning?
Right, so I mean, like, they've been very good for the last few years. They're okay right now. They're still good. Still, you know, in your top 4 teams in the world.
Gonna say, they're in the top end, but really it's only
now,
CSGO.
If there was a publicly traded team I would buy, I'd buy 100 Thieves.
Well, that's the thing. How are there any other esports teams
No.
that are publicly traded?
No,
I
this
was
is
gonna
the
ask,
first one.
What about sports teams? Do they publicly trade sports
No.
teams?
No, I
So
can't
why
think
is
of
this-
any.
You have
why is this
two.
a thing?
You have two because esports teams, I think, are beginning to make a pivot to being content brands. And when you become a content brand, it's not just about your competitive wing.
I'll kind of disagree because wouldn't you say in some degree the NBA has somehow formally become a content brand to a degree?
I think that might be a problem more with if you belong to one of those leagues, you're not allowed to do so. You know what I mean? Like I don't. If you belong to the NFL, are you allowed to list yourself on the stock exchange? I doubt it.
No. Here's the thing, Chad. I get your point, but they're not though, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not. The NBA is not coming out with the official NBA stream team that they then put together and they say you stream every Wednesday at 7:30 and people tune in. No, they have leagues.
That's what they should do. Exactly
They
that.
should.
What you just said, they should do that.
But they have leagues and they have this and they have that. So they're not that. But the other big thing is that there's only 2 forms of ownership ever in professional sports, and that's private ownership or club ownership. And club ownership is not popular at all in the United States. As a matter of fact, I think only one professional sports team in America has part club ownership, and that's Green Bay Packers. So I don't necessarily foresee a pro sports team ever being publicly
That's
traded.
why I thought this was just so weird, because I have never heard of, I just didn't think of an esports or sports team in general ever becoming a publicly traded company.
I don't either. I thought we'd see a lot more game developers and stuff like that become publicly traded first. But listen, I'm not even going to lie. I think for a lot of esports orgs, they're looking for as many revenue streams as humanly possible, to be perfectly honest with you.
Whatever it takes to float the ship right now.
Whatever it takes to float the ship right now, because we got to remember, outside of certain orgs, everybody lost money last year. Everybody. So
it was a rough year.
Yeah.
Don't Not Entertainment told IGN in an interview that they've refused several acquisition offers wanting to maintain their independence and identity. They are most famous, probably, at least, for having made Life is Strange, the original game. But they've also made titles like Tell Me Why and Vampire. It's worth noting that while I think it's cool that they want to maintain their independence, and we'll talk about that more in a second, they currently don't own Life is Strange. Square Enix owns Life is Strange and licenses it out between Don't Nod and Deck 9, who's making the upcoming one in the fall. So even though Don't Nod originally made it. But they are looking to focus on creating their own new IPs, and they said they really want to keep their decision-making within their company and within their founding partners, which the reason we talk about that is because that is so against the trend of everything happening in this industry.
Scooping up everybody.
Yes, we're seeing this massive consolidation of independent studios underneath basically a big 3 or big 4 banner at this point. And, I'm not saying Don't Nod's a huge company. They're not. They're a decent-sized company. For them to come out and say, no, we want to stay an independent studio. We're doing our thing. We do it pretty well. Everyone knows the kind of games that we make. I kind of respect it.
It'll all come down to how well the game plays, though, in this next one. If it's good, you know what?
It's not even that.
But it's not theirs.
It's not theirs. It's the other studio.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about this new IP they're talking about.
Oh, whatever, new IP. Yeah,
That
exactly.
new IP
And that's
has
fine,
to
but
float
at the end of the day, Chad, what it comes down to is politics. It's not even a revenue thing, because
No, but
listen, if Microsoft come knocking, they're gonna throw the bag at you. All right, you at that point, what your company is worth, right? Because if the valuation from Microsoft is $70 million, I'm just throwing a number out there, and there's no, the reporting is not saying exactly that's the number or anything.
No, they didn't. They did not throw a number out.
They did not throw a number
offered.
out. But let's say, for example, say Microsoft comes down from on high and says $70 million, we will buy your studio, right? Well, they go, well, shit, Life is Strange grossed X.
Yeah.
And our new IP, we're projecting that it'll gross X. That's more than what you just offered us. And we would still maintain 100% creative control of everything that we fucking doing. We can pay everybody what the fuck we want to pay them. Our rules will stay our rules. And I don't care what anybody from Ninja Theory or Double Fine or Rare or any of the rest of them says. If Microsoft gets on the horn and calls the studio and says, you're fucking doing this,
You're doing it.
You're doing it.
And to Chad's point, the other side of the coin, when you continue the indie studio route, is you are only as financially stable as your next big release.
Yep.
So whatever IP they put out next, it better not bomb. Otherwise, those calls for an acquisition are going to sound a lot more enticing.
It is risky, because this is a point where they could, if there's acquisitions being talked about and they have a bomb in their next one,
the
those numbers
valuation
are going
drops off
down.
a cliff. Yeah.
And you lose that
Deal or no
opportunity.
deal, right?
Yeah.
You hit the big briefcase, and that one's gone.
If they're saying no deal, I'm going to root for them. I am heavily rooting for them.
Me too.
But
Yeah,
I'm scared for them.
I'm rooting for him too, but it is a scary proposition. But I applaud that, because at the end of the day, if you're responsible, let's say it doesn't bomb, let's just say it doesn't meet expectations, the reputation of your company and the people who work for that company will still be great enough to where they can go to other studios. They could get other gigs if that studio decides, says, hey, it's time to shut it down. So I think this is a really smart decision, not just for them to keep control, but to also say, hey, let's take one more gambit. If it hits, we get even bigger payday.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, You know what? Hey,
Now we sell it.
Now we sell it, or everybody's done such a great job on everything that we've done. There's no way that everybody doesn't end up with a gig.
And hey, if you crank out the next Life is Strange, that next kind of cult classic game that hits, it's going to be a happy day for everyone involved in that boardroom.
It's going to be a great day. And so that's going to be it for part 1. In part 2, it's going to be the Norris and Callie show because MSI group stage is completely over.
It is. We have a lot to say.
And North America has done things, we will say. The MSI group stage wrap-up is coming up on Checkpoint Daily.
Bring the heat. Share your thoughts on socials with us at Checkpoint XP on Facebook and Twitter. You could even be featured on tomorrow's show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Checkpoint Daily. Norris Howard here alongside Callie Scales and Chad Callahan. Chad multitasking as usual.
Yeah, that's my life.
Yep, it is what it is. By the way, this is you have this Pac-Man hoodie on that I think is great. It's one of my favorite.
It feels
hoodies.
retro, but also a little bit modern, which I think
it's
is
very
why I like
nice.
it.
It's a very nice hoodie. Don't forget that you could go to the website checkpointxp.com and get all sorts of news and articles, and eventually we'll have merch of our own up on the website.
Oh wow, you're throwing that out there.
Yeah, I just said eventually. Eventually,
Yet, but it's coming.
Eventually,
Leaks. You heard it here
Leaks
first.
very in the near future, hopefully, maybe.
And they're going to be cooler than just our logo on shit.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
we are proud to say it's going to be better than that.
Let me just say this. Everything that is going to be on the merch store will be given my personal stamp of approval.
Okay.
It's true.
It must be stylish enough for me to wear it. If I wouldn't wear it, it's not going on the store.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's just say that much.
We're excited. Things are in the works. So make sure you guys stay glued to your social medias as well as the website, Checkpoint XP.
You might say we have something brewing.
Shut up!
Ooh, okay. No one will get that, but thank you.
Damn it! You're just as bad as Robbie. MSI, it happened. The group stage.
It happened.
The group stage is over. We're now into the Rumble stage, which is basically group stage 2.
Yeah, it's literally, okay, now we're going to do another round robin. Mm-hmm. First round robin wasn't enough.
Now,
more round robins.
Robin's revenge.
Yeah,
I don't know. I love the idea of calling it a Rumble stage.
The Rumble stage,
It makes me think that these people, these champions are going to like put on like wrestling outfits and just
Shut
fight
up,
each
it's
other.
dumb.
My only
I
problem
said
with the
that.
Rumble
No,
stage
it's
is there's
dumb.
a champion
and
called
if that-
Rumble.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
meta right now. He's getting picked a lot.
Yeah.
See, I was more excited when I thought they were going to wrestle.
Shut up, Chad.
In my head, at least, they were.
Anyway, anything to see dudes in leotards for Chad.
100%.
That's a fact. Muscled dudes in leotards
Yeah,
specifically.
but anyway.
So here's what we got to say. We are aware that we said a lot of very mean things.
No. I said a lot
You
of
did.
mean
Oh, Callie
things.
said a lot too.
Norris said a lot more, I would say.
Yes.
We said a lot of mean things about Cloud9. Norris, you had mad shit to talk about them.
I talk cash shit about perks. In particular, I will name them.
You did.
All
You
right?
talked-
I did.
You did.
And let me tell you something. I'm not going to apologize.
No, he
because
earned it.
that first week, y'all was shit.
Yeah,
That's true.
He earned that mad shit, and also on the Yone pick, no less. So that was bringing back a Perks classic from early season. Love it.
And then, all right, Cloud9 came and flipped the esports world on its ear. You feel me? And
they
what
sure did.
happened is that these boys came out. Listen, they had to win out. Well, they didn't have to win out. They had to win 2 of 3.
2 of 3.
But
they
somebody-
said, whatever, we're going to win out.
They had 2 of 3. They had to win, and somebody else had to lose. And you know what Cloud9 said? Fuck it, we win them all.
We'll just win them all. So, yeah, they clashed with Damwon Gaming early this morning.
The world champion, Damwon Kia.
Damwon Kia, which, by the way, it is so weird hearing, like, Gillette Infinity and Damwon Kia. I'm like,
Let
I
me
was gonna
tell you
ask if
something.
that was what it
2
was
brands
referencing.
I fuck with heavily because, all right, Gillette, we all know some of the finest razors known to man. At
Send
least-
the check.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Kia, of which I give respect because
I drive one.
Because, Chad, you drive one. My mom has driven a Kia.
I've had to listen to the Summit Place Kia commercials my entire life.
Kia has been a part of this region
Oh yeah, it's a very Detroit centric.
very heavily
Definitely.
for a long time. So much respect also to Kia.
So, Cloud9 coming out, upsets the world champions.
Great match.
In the first match. An outstanding match. I saw some people who were like, I really would love to have seen, Cloud9 play it more dominantly. And I'm just going to say this, man. they are the best team in the world. If you dominate them, you are the best team in the world. And I'm sorry, Cloud9 is not the best team in the world, but you can beat them. And you did what you have to do to beat them.
They didn't
pick a scaling comp that if you get to late game will win, and then play well enough to not lose in 30 minutes.
And let me tell you something.
And that's what you got to do to win.
And let me tell you something. We got to give some respect out to the rookie top laner Fudge.
A lot of respect out.
You got to give respect out. This man picked Lisa in top, which everybody went,
That's interesting.
Okay. And proceeded to whoop everybody's ass.
Yeah, he washed basically the entirety
He
of
was
Damwon
darting all over the Rift.
Well, and really the whole day. Fudge was just outstanding. In the second game, after they've beaten Damwon Gaming, they now take on Detonation Focus Me in a do-or-die match. If they win, they have a chance to advance. They lose, they are out. Detonation Focus Me. Fudge picks the Scion pick. Works out like a dream.
Yep.
Blabber gives up an early first blood, and we all go, oh God.
No.
Oh, God, no.
It's happening again.
Meanwhile, Perks picks the Yone. Norris is losing his mind in chat. He's pissed. He's like, no, not this garbage again.
We're in the press chat.
We are,
with the rest of the press for MSI, and the Yone pick gets locked in. Half the room goes, all right, fuck it, balls to the wall.
I guess we're doing this.
And the other half is, oh no.
Oh God, no.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
And what happens?
It is the feast or famine champion for
Perks
for
proceeds to shut me the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. He's in jungle. He's 1v1ing, 1v2ing. He's killing people all over the Rift. He's baiting people in the towers. It was master class, okay?
Watching Perks dominate, like, that's the crap that happens to me when I play. Like that's like if I go after Yone, that's what happens to me.
So, really, truly, this Perks pickup, which we were like, isn't really going to affect the game, isn't going to do much.
Well, our complaint was it wasn't affecting the game enough.
Well, yeah.
But it did now.
Well,
holy crap.
So week one, they didn't play very well.
Correct.
But do you think they needed that lose in that kind of week to kind of learn the play, how they play?
Listen, I'm all for the anime protagonist style of thinking where it's like, oh, they just had to get a bloody nose to realize that this is serious.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I don't want that anymore.
I don't think that's it.
I don't know. I want us to go into internationals like RNG. Do you know what RNG did? Won everything.
Okay,
that's what I want.
I with you, Norris. I hear it. My counter to that is RNG plays a much higher level of competition in their home region.
Absolutely.
Our team, unfortunately, doesn't.
No.
So they have to get up to speed when they get to Worlds,
that's
which
true.
may well be what happened
That's
to an
true.
extent.
C9 probably plays 8 competitive matches a split.
So now, listen, that's
Because there's probably 4 teams at 3. They play 6 competitive matches
And
a
that's
split.
it.
Now that's the benefit of the doubt that I'm willing to give you when you finish 4-2. If you finish 2-4, you don't get that benefit of the doubt. But listen, I picked Cloud9 to get out of this group 4-2, not the way they did get out 4-2, but they lived up to that expectation eventually. And you know what? As it turns out, I kind of like 4-2 with a win over Damwon Gaming more than I would have liked 4-2 without one.
Well, and it just goes to it goes to show, and the Damwon game I think is really important for us to highlight here, is because not only is this the defending world champions, but the way in which they played, they didn't look like an NA team.
Yeah, this was not 45 minutes in and you have a miracle like 5-person ult at Baron that turns the game and you win. This was, you were behind for a good bit of the game. You led a little bit as well, but you were never out of reach. It was always a tight game. And eventually, your comp scaled harder than theirs did, and suddenly Damwon couldn't beat you in a team fight anymore. And that's all it was. That's real League of Legends.
And that sounds like how NA plays.
It's how competitive teams on the international stage play.
Yeah.
You play to your comp strength, you don't blow it in the early game, and you win late game when that's the team that you picked.
Yep.
And finally, that's what we got out of them. They played like an international team and not a bunch of scrubs out of North America, except for that last game against Infinity Esports, which is an LCS game all the way. I loved it. It was amazing.
No, you know what that was? You know what that was? That was a Diamond 2 game that thought it was a LCS game and turned into a complete shit show.
So looking ahead, the Rumble stage kicks off on Friday. We have got a stacked lineup of games to kick off the Friday. It is leading off with Damwon Gaming versus RNG.
And listen,
number 1 versus number 2.
I'm going to say this right now. The winner of that match
is winning Worlds.
Is winning Worlds.
Or sorry, not Worlds.
No,
MSI.
fuck it, Worlds.
Worlds. Oh, okay.
No, fuck it.
Fair enough.
Because the way I see it is, Royal Never Give Up has played almost flawlessly all MSI. Danwon has looked vulnerable.
Yep.
And so I think Royal Never Give Up definitely has a chance to go in and do well. But the reason why I say that is because I still think these are the two best teams in the world, and I don't think anybody is going to knock them off their perch consistently enough.
And listen, I'll say this. Royal Never Give Up is 8-0, right? Yeah. They haven't lost a game. Now, that said, they've beaten Pentanet.gg 4 times and Unicorns of Love 4 times. That doesn't mean a whole lot in my book. I'll put it this way. I like Cloud9's 4-2 record more than I like RNG's 8-0 record.
I agree.
Is that me saying Cloud9 is better than RNG? No. But I'm just saying, based on what they've done in the tournament, our record is more impressive in my book.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. But for the NA heads listening, who does Cloud9 have on the first day they play?
So we'll play in the fourth matchup where we play RNG. So I guess we'll get to find out the answer real quick. And then we
can't get a damn break, can we?
You know what? I'm happy. I'm excited to see that because that's what the next step should be.
Listen, and here's the other thing. Our last game of the day is against Mad Lions. So you're playing two teams that are very good. If you want to be for real, win one of them.
You got to win one.
Win one. Listen, I think both Mad Lions and RNG are probably better than Cloud9 are. But if you want to prove that you're for real, you win one of them.
And I'm going to tell you something. Depending on how that RNG game looks, if they can make God bleed, right?
Then we'll cease to believe in him.
Right? And they could go in and play Mad Lions and get the W out of that. I think Cloud9 looks a lot better than they did last week. But last thing I want to say before we get out of here, word to Pentanet, koalas up.
Listen, Pentanet.gg is such a happy story. Like, not a team I would have expected. They're out of Oceania, Australia specifically. Would not expect them to make it this far. Their total earnings are $15,000.
Wow.
And that's what I mean. They're now playing in the Rumble stage of the Midseason Invitational. You got to feel great for them. To make it out of the Rumble stage, you need to finish in the top 4. So the remaining teams are Cloud9, Damwon, Mad Lions, Pentanet, PSG Talon, and Royal Never Give Up. Norris, to me, if you're Cloud9, if you're a fan of Cloud9, the expectation is to escape this stage.
To get out.
Like, should be better than PSG Talon.
Yep.
You should be better than Pentanet. And you should be competitive with Mad Lions.
Yep.
If you can't escape this, that's a failure.
Yep. No, I agree.
If you lose in the knockout stages,
fine.
But you should beat these teams. You are supposed to be one of the top 4 teams in the world. This is what you have to do it.
I absolutely believe that. And I definitely think that we are in for a great weekend of League of Legends. This should be so exciting.
It's going to be a really fun weekend. Yeah. I'm super geeked for this.
I asked Callie this before we started, and I'm going to ask you, because you are both Overwatch and League of Legends head. With both Overwatch League and how MSI, and to be fair, the rest of LCS has been going, do you think 2021 is the year that esports needed?
Yes. I think absolutely we needed Overwatch League and League of Legends in particular. We needed them to be great. I think the only thing that will be the 2 things left that we needed to be icing on the cake is if the international pops off and it's great.
Yeah.
And if Evo pops off and it's exciting.
And I'm curious about the Valorant scene too. But
I think Valorant is to a point where the scene is growing, but it's not going to reach its full potential until we can fill an arena full of Valorant people.
You're right.
Like,
just confirmed a special guest for tomorrow's episode.
Uh-oh.
We're going to be talking a little bit with the Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest coming up on Friday. We're going to do a little preview.
Yeah.
We're going to be joined by, let me make sure he's actually confirmed. All right. That'd be perfect. We're going to be joined by Ethis Asher.
Yes! Woo! He knows more about the lore of this game than the people who wrote it.
I mean, yeah. I would put him in a lore battle with Koji, except for Koji can always just be like, actually, I'm changing the lore.
He can just go, I'm changing it. Yeah.
Like,
that's going to be a great show.
He's great.
I'm so excited about that. But yes, Chad, to your point, absolutely we needed this, and I can't wait. This year is doing nothing but making me more excited for next year. We can physically be in the same space with everybody and be there and have a blast. if the international happens, Evo popping off, it's going to be a great year.
2020, like, as much of a bummer as 2020 was, right? I will always find what esports managed to do impressive.
Yeah.
Like that esports managed to stay so unbelievably relevant and have most of their events in one form or another is unbelievably impressive to me. That said, God, is 2021 better.
Well, I was going to say 2020, esports was able to keep it up and it was keep up in morale, but I won't say
2020 was let's survive.
On the competitive side, even you felt it. It just didn't feel like it was exciting. It didn't have the same excitement level.
And heck, part of that was everyone, like, the impending doom of the election was coming up all year.
And the learning curve of playing online.
Hundreds of thousands of people are dying of a plague. Like, it was hard to enjoy anything last year.
True.
And maybe there's been a weight lifted this year.
Maybe that's
I can think of one in particular.
There it is. And for Cali Scales and Chad Callahan, I'm your host, Norris Howard, and we will see you guys on the Twitch channel tomorrow. Twitch.tv/CheckpointXP. Goodbye, everybody.